I'm Teacher Penny. I'm Penny Davis, and I am a VIPKid teacher, as well as I help other teachers get hired. And if this is your first video watching with me, this may not be the best one for your first video to watch me, because I'm going to talk about some more advanced techniques tonight, and we're going to talk about the lesson for the lower level of the mock class. I have some previous videos up that talk about this, that you may have watched some of those. But this video, this is going to be an updated one. What I'm seeing here lately is that what the mock mentors are looking for in the mock class is just changing a little bit, and they're getting kind of real specific on some things that they're looking for. I'm understanding more what they're looking for more. So it's just time to update these videos. Okay, so I'm going to talk about tonight the lower level mock class in the certification center, and that's a part of the hiring process with VIPKid. So let me just say here, if you have not applied yet for VIPKid, I would appreciate you using this link. I'm going to put it here on this, but it's also going to be in the description down here on YouTube. But use this link to apply so that I can help you through the process. These videos have a lot of information in them, but I save my insider secrets for those who are my referrals. And so I do appreciate you watching this one, but if you want a lot more help through the whole process, please use me as your referring teacher, and I'll help you all the way through that process. You get access to my individual coaching, well, my group coaching with Zoom sessions, and you also get access to the hiring bootcamp, which is a part of my website, hellopennydavis.com, that you can see down here. I also have a Facebook page called VIPKid Teachers Wanted, and be sure and join that group also for help. I post lots and lots of tips in there, answer questions with it. Okay, so if you haven't applied yet, use this link to apply. If you've already applied for VIPKid and you did not use a referring teacher, or maybe you don't know how to get a hold of your referring teacher, but just understand, sometimes when you apply, they don't give us your email address. So if you click on somebody's link somewhere, we don't get your email address, so we cannot contact you and help you through the process unless you contact us. So the first thing, though, is if you use my link to apply, be sure and email me as well. My email is teacherpennyvipkid@gmail.com, and so you email me and let me know. But if you have already applied and you did not use a referral code, click in the top right corner of the VIPKid website on your computer. Has to be on a computer. You can't do this on a phone or anything. But on a computer, click on My Account in the top right corner of the website. Let me turn my phone down since my phone is going off nuts here. Okay, so click on the top right corner where it says My Account, and it should have a space there that says Add Referring Teacher, and it has that, put in the code Penny 0008. Okay, that's the code, Penny 0008. If it does not give you the option of adding that code there, that means, or it has somebody else's name in there and you don't know how to get in touch with them, just start a whole new application. Okay, so log out of the VIPKid website and clear your browser history. Start a new application with this link. Now, if you've already done the smart demo at this point, you'll have to do that smart demo again, but that'll only take you a couple of minutes to do that, and then I can help you through the next step with the mock class. Okay, so let's get on to the mock class. First off, I am going to be just talking about the slides here, and so I'm not going to talk about the teaching techniques and some of that stuff. All of that is in previous videos. So I want you to go back and watch the videos. They're going to be listed down here in the description of YouTube, and I'll also put some cards up here wherever that have them. But the most important ones to watch are there's one about setting up your classroom and the technology that you need. And then another one that is talking about the VIPKid teaching style. You have to understand the VIPKid teaching style. You may be a great teacher, but teaching online is completely different. And so you've got to understand their style. You've got to use their style, or you are not going to be hired. So this video, it's called The Big Three, TPR, and IPAED. I know that's you're like, what in the world is this? Is this some kind of secret language? Yes, we have our own language. We have our own way that we talk about things. VIPKid ease is what we call it. And in those are all some techniques about the VIPKid teaching style that you're going to learn about in that video. So I encourage you to go watch those videos first before you get to that. And what this video is going to be talking about is in the certification center, which is the third step of the process. And we're looking at the lower level one, okay? So let's get right into the slides, okay? Now remember that there is a practice room that you can go into. If you got to look underneath the spot where you would schedule your mock class, it says in little bitty tiny letters, it says enter the practice room. You should be in that practice room practicing a lot. Okay, you can load the slides, you can see how the whole classroom works and everything, all of the little buttons at the bottom and everything. All of that stuff is also covered in some previous videos. I'm going to link them down here in YouTube. Okay, I'm not going to cover that here. You should already know how all of that works. We're just talking about the slides here. Okay, so when you get into those slides and you get into the practice room, the slides should automatically load. And you are going you're going to see the different slides. They're going to give you 2 lessons to prepare for this lower level mock class. And there's an A lesson and a B lesson. This video is going to be about the A lesson. Then the next video is going to be about the B lesson. You need to have both of them ready, but then at the very beginning of your mock class, your mock mentor is going to tell you, okay, I want you to teach lesson A, or I want you to teach lesson B. Most of the time, if it's your first time, they're going to have you do lesson A, but have them both ready. I've had several people here lately that their first time into it, they got lesson B. So you do the one that you have them both ready, that you can teach either one, but you will only teach one of those during the mock class. Okay. Now, when you first enter that classroom, there's the practice room, but then there'll be another link to enter the classroom for your mock class. So enter that classroom, be ready, have all your props laid out and everything for both lessons, and then you'll be ready for whichever one they ask you to do. Then your mock mentor is going to enter the classroom right at the 0 mark. So you can go in there, you can go into the classroom way beforehand, several hours beforehand. I don't know exactly how many hours. It kind of seems to change every other week of how many hours you can get in there. But go into that classroom and practice in there, figure out how all those buttons work, practice with the slides. The slides are going to automatically load. Go in there and practice, and then about 5 minutes before, you want to go through and reset all the slides so that all the pictures are back where they should be at the beginning, and there's no writing on any of the screens or everything. And then close your camera, close your microphone, and just chill out for a minute. Take a deep breath. Okay, and then about 15, 20 seconds before the timer is at 0, turn on your camera, turn on your microphone, and be ready for the mock mentor. They're going to enter right at 0, and you're going to greet them as an adult. You're going to talk to them as an adult first. That's where they're going to ask you about, have you done this before? Remember that you can do this mock class as many times as you need to until you pass that, okay? So they're going to ask you about that. Have you done it before? Maybe your background or anything like that. Then they'll tell you, okay, I want you to do the A lesson, or I want you to do the B lesson, and then you will start teaching. Okay, the first couple of slides, and I cannot show you the slides here on YouTube, that would be against VIPKid policy. We can't show those, so I'm going to recommend to you that you have YouTube's here and have the slides open here so that you can follow along with me and see exactly what the slides say, and I'll show you what each one of those says. If you're looking for these slides, if you want to download them so that you can maybe print them out or anything like that, you can go on my website, Hello Penny Davis. On the right side, look for free downloadable resources. Okay, those resources are going to, that'll have one there that you can download the app, or you can download the slides there. Okay, so we're going to start in there. The first couple of slides, they're just general information. You will actually start teaching the lesson on slide number I believe it's number 4. Is that correct? I think that's right. Okay, where it says, my friends and I, my toys. Okay, that's where you're going to start teaching the lesson. All the other stuff is kind of just introductory stuff there. But on slide 3, it does talk about the lesson objectives. The lesson objectives are exactly what you want to teach. By the end of the lesson, I want my student to be able to do this. Okay, so all the way through the lesson, you're going to be thinking to yourself, okay, on that lesson objective sheet, it said that my goal was to teach the word ball, and this is on the A lesson, to teach the word ball and to teach the verb throw, and to get my student to choose the correct form of the verb throw or throws. With he throws a ball, she throws a ball, I throw a ball, we throw a ball, getting them to do those. That's the objective of the lesson. And then also to get them to read some little 3-letter phonics words with the letters IP. Okay, so zip, zip, rip, and hip. That's the objective of the slide. Everything else beyond that is gravy. Everything else is that we do beyond those lesson objectives is extra. And you do want to add those extras, but be very careful that you are achieving the objective of the lesson before you add anything else, okay? Because we do want to add, we want to extend the lesson, but you've got to achieve the objectives first, okay? So go back and review that video that talks about TPR and all that, so that you'll see those different kinds of slides that we're going to be teaching. I'm going to be referring to some of those concepts, and if you're not familiar with those, that you're going to get lost there. So be sure you've watched that video first. Okay, so on this slide number 4, this is where you would actually start teaching the lesson to your mock mentor. Your mock mentor is going to pretend to be a 5-year-old Chinese child. Remember that this student has had about 6 months worth of lessons, about 50 lessons or so, and so they know some things, but they don't know a lot. There's another video, I'm pointing to another video, okay, that talks about the lesson or what the student already knows, okay? What kind of words do they already know? And so that gives you a little bit better idea of what the student knows, what they don't know, what words can you use, what words can you not use. Make sure that you know that information as well. Okay, so in this one, on this slide number 4, you're going to be doing an introduction with your student. Your mock mentor is going to say, all right, I'm going to become this 5-year-old Chinese child, and you're going to teach me this lesson. So you take a deep breath, and you start teaching them as if this was a brand new student that you have never seen before. Remember that you want to make your student feel comfortable in the classroom. You want to welcome them, big smile, lots of energy with that, and introduce yourself to your student. You need to have something that's got your name on it so you can point to it and say, my name is Teacher Penny, what's your name? Okay, so make sure that you are doing that as well, that you are helping them to making them welcome in the classroom. So I would do something like this. Hello. Hi, my name is Teacher Penny. What's your name? Rebecca? Hi, Rebecca. My name is Rebecca. Yay! Rebecca, how old are you? I'm 5 years old. Yay! Good job, Rebecca. My toys. Now, when you see me doing something like this means I want them to circle something or to draw a line, okay? We're using that TPR to show them what we want to do in the classroom. You saw me do this motion several times. This is the motion for it's time for you to speak. It's time for you to say something. I'm listening for you. If you don't put your hand behind your ear, your mock mentor is they're just gonna look at you, okay? Because you're not telling them it's time for them to speak. Okay, so every single time you want to put your hand behind your ear, you're setting up this rhythm with your student. I say something, they say something. I say something, they say something. That's what that ping pong thing is that we talked about in that big 3 video. So the big 3 is they have to use complete sentences. They have to use correct grammar. They have to speak and they have to use independent speech. So they need to be speaking 50% of the time. I gave my student lots of opportunity. Every time I said something, I got them to say it back to me. Make sure you're not putting your hand up here while you're still talking. So it's hello. I wouldn't say, what's your name? That's confusing. Okay, so it's what's your name? Open your hands to them, invite them to be a part of that, and then cup your ear to listen for their answer. Okay, so all through that first part, I'm already setting up this ping pong rhythm with them, back and forth, back and forth. I say it, they say it. I say it, they say it. They already know what's your name. They know how old are you. You just want to set up a little rapport with them just to help them feel more comfortable in that class. So use those questions. What's your name? My name is Teacher Penny. What's your name? Get it in a complete sentence. If they say to you, Rebecca, then you get the complete sentence. My name is Rebecca, and get them to say it back to you. Always, always complete sentences. Okay. Now we move from here. We just said we did the greeting. We got the name. We asked one more question: to how old are you? Just to build rapport with them just a little bit. And then I circled my toys. I circled it. They don't necessarily have to circle this one. Okay, we're gonna have them circle stuff later, but just get them to say my toys. Okay, and then you move on to the next slide. The next slide is the reward slide. Now we use reward systems all throughout our lessons. And the reward systems are lots of fun. They're just to encourage our students, to help them have fun in the classroom, just to reward them as we go along. Now we use two different reward systems in a regular class. In a regular class, I'm going to use a star system. You see the stars at the top right side of the page, and as I click on each one of those, they turn yellow, and then the student sees this little video of a star animation going across, and they hear this little chime. We don't see it, but the student does, and we make a big deal, and we woohoo, you get a star, yeah! And the students are saving up these stars, and they're using the stars to buy things on the VIPKid portal, games and pets and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so the stars are a big deal for them, and you make sure that you give all 5 stars in every single class. Okay, even if y'all, in over 3,000 classes, I have not given 5 stars 3 times, and that was for a student who was old enough to know the difference, that they were old enough to know that they were being a pain. Okay, so but every time else they get stars. Okay, if they look at the screen, they get a star. However, you are not going to use the stars in the mock class. Okay, they don't want you to use the stars. They want you to use something else. Now, along with the stars in a regular class, I also use a secondary reward system. That secondary reward system can be anything you want. Okay, it could be toys in the toy store like we see on this page, or it could be race cars going around a racetrack. It could be fish, put him into an aquarium. It could be flowers in a vase, or princesses in the castle. Lots and lots of options that you could use with that one. It might be a printed one that you put on a board here behind you, and you can add things to it, or it could be a digital. Lots of different things that you can do for reward systems, or you can just hold it up for them to see something, and that's what I'm going to use for my reward system tonight. Now, this reward system that you see here, the toy store, this is what we call an interactive slide. So there are all those pictures in the toy store that are on the shelves in the window. All of those can be moved. They can be dragged down to that shopping cart at the bottom left corner. And so once we get them close to that shopping cart, they disappear. So what we're gonna do here is we're going to use this slide to teach our student how to drag and drop. So when you do this one, they want you specifically to tell your student, drag and drop. Use this motion where you're showing them how to drag and drop. While you're doing this motion with your mouse, you're going to grab hold of one of those toys and drag it down to that shopping cart to show them that that item can move. Okay, so you drag it, and then you do drag and drop. Okay, at the same time, you're doing this together. Okay, takes a little coordination, right? Okay, drag and drop the toy. Drag and drop. So you move the first one, and then maybe you wiggle another one. You grab hold of it and just wiggle it a little bit, and you're telling your student you want them to drag and drop a toy. Okay, so just we're teaching them how to drag and drop here. So we drag and drop. You'll get them to drag 1 or 2 toys in there. They don't have to do all of them. what this was designed as is we would drag and drop those toys into the shopping cart. They would do one toy, then would go teach another couple of slides, and then come back to this slide to give another one. If you look down at the bottom of your page, if you're hovering the mouse over the slide in the practice room, there's going to be a little gift box down on the left-hand side, the bottom left-hand side. And when you click on that gift box, it takes you back to this reward slide. You drag another toy, then that little gift box becomes a back arrow button, and it takes you back to the slide that you were on before. Now, that's all great, wonderful, takes way too long. Way too long to go back to the slide, drag another toy, back to where you were. Too long. Okay, so what we're going to do, and what I really recommend that you do on your mock class, use this slide to teach them how to drag and drop. Okay, then introduce your own outside reward system. What I'm going to use today is I'm going to use toys. I'm still going to use toys because it goes along with the lesson, but I want to use those toys as an extension of the lesson as well. Extensions are where we're teaching our students new words, and we're helping them use them, maybe even use them in the lesson. This is why I like to use toys. It's up to you. You could use one of those other things. You could use fruit, you could use animals, you could use different kinds of sports balls, all kinds of different things that you could use for your reward system here, but you want to teach them new words through those, okay? So you're going to learn in the lesson that they already know the word soccer and they know the word basketball, but they don't know the word baseball. So we can use the word baseball as an extension of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this other reward system. So I've gotten my student to drag a couple of those toys down to the shopping cart, and then I'm going to say, yay, good job. When you do a good job, you get a toy. Ooh, a car. Yes, it is a car. Good. Now I use the sentence, it is a car, because remember we want our students to speak independently on every slide. We want them to use a complete sentence on every slide. So far on this toy store slide, we may have gotten them to say drag a toy or my toy or something like that, but they haven't said a complete sentence. So I can use my car to get them to say a complete sentence. It does not have to be super fancy. It is a big blue fast car. Don't you see how fast that car? No. It is a car, period. That's all you need to say, and get the student to say it back to you. If you do that, that counts as the sentence for that slide. It also counts as an extension that we are teaching that extension on there. So make sure that you use something. So you use it is a car and get them to do that, or it is an apple, it is a zebra. Whatever you want to use for your reward system is fine. Something that teaches them something extra. Now, the next time you give a reward, if you've already said a complete sentence on that slide, you don't have to get that sentence. Just get them to say the word, okay? So you're just going to get them to say, baseball or frisbee or whatever it is. You don't have to get the complete sentence, or maybe you use that sentence in the lesson somehow. Okay, so on this one, we've just done drag and drop, drag and drop. If you do a good job, you get a toy, you get a car. Ooh, it is a car. And just get them to say that. Yay, good job, woohoo. And you move on to the next slide. Okay, all that's going to take about 30 seconds. That's it. Okay, now this is the I slide. This is where we are introducing them to this brand new vocabulary word, ball. Now, if you remember from the IPAED video that you watched, we're going to use a very specific formula on these I slides. I'm going to put it right here. Okay, on these I slides, we're going to use the word 2 times, circle something, the sentence. This says 2 times, but I'm going to let you use some judgment here. If you say the sentence, she plays with a ball, and your mock mentor says back to you absolutely perfectly, she plays with a ball, there's no reason to do it again. They said it once, move on. They did it fine, okay? But if they make a mistake, okay, then you would repeat it and get them to do it again. Okay, so you do the word 2 times, circle something, the sentence 1 or 2 times, and then ask a question. You're going to ask a question in order, and the question is going to be phrased in such a way that you are getting the answer you just taught them. So the answer is she plays with a ball. So the question is going to be, what does she play with? Okay, so on this slide, and also look at the top right corner. See at the top right corner, it says circle. That means that they have to circle something on this page. Remember, when we want them to circle, we have to model it. So I would circle it with my mouse first, and then I would show this because I want them to circle it too. Okay, all right, so I would say on this side, I would go, ooh. Oh, remember, you got to use TPR first. Okay, use TPR first, not a prop first. Use TPR first. Okay, ball, ball. Circle the ball. Yes, good. She plays with a ball. Repeat, correct if needed. Okay, she plays with a ball. Yay, good. What does she play with? She plays with a ball. Yay, good. And that's how you get the whole thing. Correct them as needed. If they skip a word, or if they try to give you that one word answer. If you ask the question, what does she play with? And they say a ball, then you make sure that you get the complete answer. You say she plays with a ball and get them to give you that complete answer back there. Okay, great job. Yay. And you move on to the next one. By the way, on those rewards, I forgot to say this. I give a reward every other slide. Okay, so every other slide, I'm going to give some kind of reward in this lesson. Okay, all right, so now we go to this slide. This is the P slide. This is the practice slide. And on this one, you want to start with the question. Do not start with that answer. Start with the question. So you would circle the little boy, okay, and then hold up your props here and say, what does he play with? And they may say he plays with a ball. They may say a ball. Okay, whatever they say, we want them to say the complete sentence. He plays with a ball. Okay, and get them to say that complete sentence. Then let's go ahead and do a tiny extension here. But this extension is actually it is previous knowledge. They already know the word basketball, but we're just going to add that into the lesson really simply here. Okay, we've asked, what does he play with? We got the complete sentence. He plays with a ball. Then say again, he plays with a basketball. Yes, good. What does she play with? Yes, good. She plays with a soccer ball. Yes, excellent. Now we want to do a little extension here, and we want to do a reward. Since they already know basketball and soccer ball, those don't count as extensions. So we have to teach them something new. They don't know baseball. Okay, so you can do baseball, baseball. What does she play with? She plays with a baseball. Yay, good job. You get a baseball. Woo-hoo. They've already said baseball. We'll get them to say baseball there. So we don't need to get that complete sentence. We've already gotten that in this one, okay? But a very simple extension on there, just putting the word baseball into the same sentence using the same question. What does she play with? She plays with a baseball. Okay, so that's your extension and your reward all wrapped up into one with that baseball. Good. So we've done the reward. That was the second slide. So we've done the reward. We got that reward there. Okay. Now we're going to go to the next slide. This is the A slide. I have to find my kite. Where'd it go? There it is. Okay. Of course it fell. Now, I'm going to tell you, you are probably going to drop something somewhere along the way. Avoid digging down there to try to find your prop. Keep going. See if you can keep going without it. Okay. It would be best to have a prop, but anyway. Okay. So this slide has the three boys on it. Then they have the little black shadows beside them. If you look up at the top of the slide, it says drag and drop. It's not real obvious here what can be moved, but the pictures of the balls and the kite over on the far left side of the screen can be drugged to those black shadows. Now remember, if you look back and think back to that previous knowledge video of what do they know and what do they not know, kite is taught in the B lesson. This is the A lesson. So they don't know the word kite yet. So we're going to use kite as an extension here. That's going to be the extension in this one. But we're starting, this again is the A slide. We're starting with the question. But by this time, this is their third slide on what does he play with? He plays with a ball. Should they be able to do that on their own by now? Yeah, they should. Okay, they should be able to do it on their own. They should be able to give you that complete sentence, but maybe they need a little help. So maybe you've got on a whiteboard or just a piece of paper printed out, you've got here that says he plays with a blank. Okay, just to help them a little bit in here if they need it. Okay, if they keep giving you those one-word answers, you can use something like that to support them in that. Okay, so you start with the question, circle the first little boy, okay, and you start and say, what does he play with? Maybe you hold up the soccer ball prop just to give them a hint, and you get them to give you that complete sentence. If they give you that one-word answer, or two words, a ball, then you go, oh, yes. Okay, you're trying to get them to do it where you're not giving them the answer. We shouldn't be giving them the answer by this point. They should know it on their own. They should be able to do it on their own by now. Okay, so you're going to help them with that, but try not to give them the whole answer. So get them to say the word, and then you take that soccer ball. We've already taught them how to drag and drop. We're just going to help them get started this time. So take that soccer ball and drag it about, oh, halfway, 2/3 of the way down there to where he's got his foot on the ball. Okay, drag the soccer ball. Yay, good. So you drag it part of the way. You're still showing this motion. Drag and drop the soccer ball. Yay, good job. And they said the sentence, he plays with a ball. Now go to the boy with the basketball on the far right side. Circle him. What does he play with? Yes, good. And get them to do that sentence. Again, trying to get them to do it on their own. Trying not to help them too much. Get them to say he plays with a basketball. Okay? Then circle the boy in the middle and say, kite. You have to teach them this new word. Okay? Kite. Kite. What does he play with? Yes, he plays with a kite. Yay, very good. You get a kite. Woohoo! So we just gave 2 rewards in a row. That's okay. Okay, no big deal. Long as you give at least 4 rewards throughout the whole lesson, they just want them to be spread out, not give them all at the very end of it. Okay, spread them out through the lesson. I just gave 2 in a row. I gave the baseball, then I gave the kite. So maybe we're going to skip a couple of slides now before we give another reward. Okay, great job, yay. Now we move to the next slide, and this slide we're going back to I. We're going back to introduce. So we've got to do that same formula that we did before. The word 2 times, circle something, the sentence 2 times, ask a question. But you're going to do it with both of these because there's 2 words here. There's throw and throws. So you're going to do that with both of them. Now this is my favorite prop that I use in almost every lesson. It's kind of glared here in the recording, but so this is my favorite prop I use. It is a verb conjugation chart. It has I, you, we, they, and then he, she, it here at the bottom. And I have drawn the lines here to show them the difference in those. And I have the verb written in here. The letter S is a little bit larger and a little bit It's in a different color just to make it stand out a little bit. So I would have this filled in and already ready. The way I set mine up is this is all permanent marker and then this is dry erase marker, okay? So I've got it set up that I can use this to help my student choose the correct form of the verb. Okay, so I would start this. Remember, you use that TPR first, and you want the student to do that TPR with you, right? So you do throw. Rebecca, throw. Yay. Yes, good. They throw. Yes, they throw. Circle, they throw. Good. Who throws? Yes, they throw. Yay, good. Throws. Throws. She throws. She throws. Good. Who throws? Yeah, oops. She throws. Yay, good. Okay, so we've introduced, but we did both words separately. Since it's two separate words, you have to do both of them. Emphasize the S on the end of throws, but don't emphasize it so much that you're saying throws. Okay, you don't want to emphasize it that much to where you're giving it another syllable. It's a very common problem that our kids do is they add that at the end of the word. So make sure you're not getting that one, okay? Yay, great job, woohoo, good reading. Don't just say good job, good job, good job, good job, good job, good job, good job. Think of something else. Excellent, wow, high five. Anything like that, besides just saying good job, good job, good job all the way through. Okay, now this is the P slide. We're practicing here, okay, and we're using the word, the new pronoun and the new verb in this one, okay? So you're going to start with the question. Remember, this is a P slide, so we have to start with the question, okay? Rebecca, who throws? He throw or he throws? Yes, he throws. Rebecca, circle. He throws. He throws. Yes, very good, Rebecca. Ooh, Rebecca. Kicks. Kicks. He kicks. Who kicks? Yes, circle. He kicks. And you get them to circle that middle picture of the boy. Do not even mess with that boy on the end, on the right side. What are they going to learn there? He balances? No. Okay, leave that one alone completely. Okay, you got an extension there. You got the kicks. You got them to do that. So you're good. Move on. Okay. All right, that one. Maybe give a reward there. Okay, yay, good. So maybe you give them a football there, even though they already know the word football. Okay, you could say, yay, he kicks. Ooh, he kicks a football. Yay, good job. You get a football. Woohoo. Okay, good. All right, then you move on to the next slide, and this is the apply slide. So we should only be helping a little bit here. They should know this. They should be able to do this on their own. If you look up in that top corner, you see that this is also a drag and drop slide. The words at the top of the page, throw and throws, there are two copies stacked on top of each other. They can be drug down to the blanks at the bottom. But since this is the apply slide, you're going to start with the question again. Now, I have my little conjugation chart here handy, but they are now telling us don't use that conjugation chart. When you get over here to the apply, this would be giving them the answer. They should be able to do the answer on their own. So they're telling us now, don't use the conjugation chart unless they need help. So if they give you a wrong answer, then you can use that conjugation chart to help them with it, okay? So you start this one off by circling the picture of the girl and circling the word she. Okay, so then you would say, Rebecca, who throws? Notice we're using the same question on all three of these slides. Same question with this, okay? Rebecca, who throws? Yes, good. She throws. Good. Circle the middle kid, but then also circle the I. Make sure you circle that I, or they're going to try to say he. Okay? So you circle the I and then point to yourself. Who throws? Yes. I throw. Yay, good. Who throws? Oh, he throw? Hmm. He throw or he throws? Yes, good. He throws. Yay, good. You get a frisbee. He throws a frisbee. I throw a frisbee. Yay, good. Okay, whichever one you want to do. I've also sometimes there take a Kleenex and do he throws a snowball, and you peg your camera with that snowball. Either one works. That's it. You'll just have fun with them there. Okay. All right. Great job. Okay. And then you move to the next slide. This next slide is our phonics slide. Now, I like to use a whiteboard with magnetic letters on it. Okay. And my Z has disappeared because I'm using green screen and the Z is green, but that's okay. You can figure this out, okay? I like to use magnetic letters with this so I can blend and I can move those letters together closer and closer. If you don't have this type of thing, you can use, you can write the IP on a piece of paper and then use either a flashcard or a Post-it note. Works just as well. Just something to show that first letter getting closer and closer and closer to the rhyme, the end part of the word. Okay, so we're going to do that through here. Now, what they're listening carefully for here is, number one, synthetic phonics. This is not pa. Okay, it's not za and ra and ha and sa. It is z, s. Okay, it is the pure sound that the letter makes without adding that extra I will tell you, our students have been taught in school, they've been taught those traditional phonics. You and I probably learned to read that way. I learned ba-at-ta. B says ba, C says ka. And that's how I learned. That's how I taught my kids to read. But when we ask a non-English speaker and we tell them that it's ba-at-ta, and we ask them to put it together, they say ba-atta. Or maybe they blend the first part together and then they say batta, bedda, begga, mitta, and they put that sound at the end. It's a very, very common problem that our students have. So you need to listen carefully. You need to say it without the and then listen for them. Your mock mentor might decide to put in that in there somewhere. You listen carefully if they give that to you. If they do, then you're going to correct it. And again, we correct very positively, very encouraging. We just say it again. We say it correctly, get them to repeat it back to us. Okay. So with this one, notice at the top of the screen, it says to circle something, I think it's, what is it? I can't see the slide right here. Let me look. What does it say? So yeah, it says circle something. So just somewhere along the way, get them to circle once or twice. Okay. In there somewhere. You don't have to circle everything. I'm going to kind of bring everything here. Now, I do want to say, if you're going to use a whiteboard, use a small one because you don't want it to cover your face. Okay, and I find it's easier to hold it over here to the side so that it doesn't do this. Okay, if I tried to hold it here, see what would happen? Okay, so if you hold it to the side, that works best. Also, when you get into the classroom, it's going to flip your video so that everything looks backwards. It's no longer a mirror image. So as you're pointing at stuff and you're trying to point to Z, oh no, wait, here's Z. Okay, so it just works better because you can just turn and look at it a little bit. Okay, so this is how I would teach this one. Okay, I, p, I, p, ip, ip. Circle, ip. Yay, good. Z, ip. Z, ip. Z, ip. Zip. Yay, zip. Circle, zip. Yes, good. Er, ip, 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 rip, rip. Yes, good. I rip. Yeah, I rip. Yay. Good. Now, s, s, ip, s, ip. See, I'm trying to adapt to that. Something went wrong there. I dropped my P off. So so I'm trying to adapt and not stop the lesson, but it didn't work too well. Try to keep going. You got to figure out something to keep going, okay? Yes, sip. Excellent. Good. Yes, hip. Yes, excellent. Circle hip. Good. Yeah. Now, okay, through that, you first couple of things. Do try to keep going if you drop something. It's going to happen. I promise you it's going to happen. Okay. Try your best to adapt and keep going with your student without it being too obvious that I'm down here looking for my letter that I dropped. Okay. So try to keep going with that one. Second thing is on the first two, I helped and I led through the whole thing. Z, ip, ip. Okay. And by the time we got to the S and the H, I was trying to get the student to do it on their own. Remember that I do, we do, you do. I'd help more at first. We do it together, and then the student can do it on their own. They should be able to read these words. They've been reading these little three-letter phonic words for the past 30 lessons, okay? 40 lessons. They've been reading these little three-letter words. They know all the letters. They know all the letter sounds. So they should be able to put these together and read these little words on their own. Try to get them to do it on their own, okay? But if they need help, jump in and help. Okay, so try to get them to do the S and the H on their own. But listen carefully. If they say one of those wrong, then you need to correct that in there. Okay, use one thing in there. Now we're not teaching what all these words are. We're just blending the sounds together. But you still need to get a complete sentence on this slide. So it's up to you. You can either do I rip, or you could do I sip. Okay, or you could get that counts as a complete sentence, or you can get your rewards. You could get the complete sentence with your reward. Yay, good job, you get a fish. Woo, yay, it is a fish. Yes, great job. Okay, so use that to get your complete sentence. Either way works. Okay, now the last slide, this is the last teaching slide in the A lesson, and this is the E slide. If you remember back to the IPAED video, E slide is for extend. So this is where we are extending the lesson. We are going to take everything that we've learned all throughout the lesson and kind of tie it up in a nice, neat little review and a nice little bow and help them put the whole lesson together in here. Okay, so you're going to start with what do you do with a ball? And you have your conjugation chart here to help them with I throw a ball if you need that. Okay, so I would start with Rebecca, what do you do with a ball? Yes, I throw a ball. What does Dad do with a ball? And then if they give you he throw, then you help them, okay? He throw or he throws, okay? Yes, he throws a ball. Good. What does Mom do with a ball? She throws a ball. What do they do with a ball? Then we're going to teach them something new, okay? Catch. Catch. Okay. I catch a ball. Catch. Yes, good. I catch a ball. I throw a ball. Throw. I throw a ball. Yay! I catch a ball. We throw a ball. Yes. We catch a ball. Yay, good. I'm a miracle worker. When that ball just appears, it's amazing, okay? Play with that, have fun with it. You may not have that much time. Okay, you have exactly 10 minutes to teach this lesson, and they will cut you off right at 10 minutes. Most people run out of time about right here. Maybe in the phonics slide, maybe here. It's not the end of the world if you don't finish all the slides. They would rather you teach well than rush through just to say, I got to the goodbye slide. No. Okay, teach well. Okay, that would be better than finishing, and don't finish early. No matter what you do, don't finish early. Ask another question. Do another round of catch or something like that. Don't end early, okay? So you want to, by the way, you need to have your own timer available. Okay, your own timer where you can just glance down at, maybe you're using your cell phone or a kitchen timer or something like that. You can just glance down and see exactly how much time you have left. Your goal is when you finish this one, you do several questions on this one, give them one more reward. Okay, so one more thing. You get, yay, good job. You get a teddy bear. Yay, good job. Bye bye, Rebecca. See you next time. And that your goal is bye bye. See you next time. Right at 10 minutes. Okay, that's the goal. Reality is you probably will not get that far, but hopefully you will. Okay, again, not an automatic failure if you don't finish all the slides. Many people don't finish all the slides, but they teach well so that they can pass that with no problem. Okay, so that's the entire A lesson. I hope that makes a lot more sense to you of how exactly what they're looking for. And then I'm going to do another video, a separate video for the B lesson. I'm not going to cover as much of the why we do stuff because it's very similar to the A lesson, but I do want you to watch for that B lesson so you can be prepared for either one. Thanks for watching today. If this has been a help to you, first off, use my code to apply or add my code to your application. And second, give me a like and a subscribe down here on YouTube to help with this. Okay. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.